All right, welcome back to the Just Spittin podcast today. We're here with the one and only Pharaoh Uchiha. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Glad you're able to come through and we're able to get this one.
Yep.
And who'd you bring along with you today?
This ferret looking ass nigga. This my engineer, and he's an artist too. But we met like a year and a half ago.
Okay. How'd y'all meet?
You want to tell the horrible story?
This horrible story starts with me trying to find a tablet for my daughter, and she happened to be selling one on Facebook. And yeah, I met her, and I guess I came off as a cool guy, and she gave me one shot to record her. And you better know that I put a fire under that mix. So
It took forever for us to link up.
yeah, she was not going at first. She's like, I got shot down like every time, and then it took for me to buy a tablet thanks to my daughter. You know, so we good.
So what were you doing before that?
The same thing, engineering and still doing my music, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm an artist too. And before then, I mean, I was in college band, so I mean, it's a line of music, just music. So that's pretty much all I do.
So the whole life is around music pretty much?
Pretty much.
I got you.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the job, everybody gotta have a job, you know what I'm
Got a
saying?
9-to-5?
But other than
You
that,
got
that's
no
all I
job,
do.
Tommy.
Oh, man. I won't be in your fridge.
So how'd you first start making music?
I started doing poetry when I was 8, and probably a couple years later, I wrote my first song. My inspiration, believe it or not, one of my first music inspirations was R. Kelly for some reason.
Really?
But y'all don't stop being fans of me for saying that. But I got influenced by Michael Jackson, Prince, the OJs, Diana Ross. It's just a whole bunch of old school shit. But I started writing like 10 and started practicing. We listened to a lot of bands, like a whole lot of bands.
Did rhyming like come easy for you? Because you said you did poetry when you were
Yeah,
like 8?
it did.
So it was just always at the top of your head? You were just writing stuff?
Yeah, always.
What was your first song like? Was it anything like you're doing now?
It was, okay, the name of my first song was Ask Somebody. I think it went, if you don't know, you better ask somebody. Stop walking around like you don't need nobody. Something like that. And I was like 8 or 9 writing that. So it wasn't, my genre now is just totally different, but it was deep. I'll say that.
I got you.
For my age, yeah.
What would you define your genre as?
Missed that senpai shit. But if I could define it, I'd probably say a mixture of, if you put, I can define it by artist. Like if you put XXXTentacion and Andre 3000 and Jadakiss and like a rock group together.
I got you. I see the
I
similar
say
comparison.
something like that.
I got you.
Cause I make more than one genre of music. I don't just rap. I have songs where I sing like R&B, like shit like alternative shit like Juice WRLD. You know, like
I think that's actually impressive when artists can go like to different types. They don't just stick to one giant thing because that's all you end up expecting. But if you have that, you got all the things for different moods. How you feeling?
Yeah, and then it's not so different. Like you can play a couple of songs from me from different genres. It's not so different where you don't notice, hey, that's me still, and I still make even that genre my own. You know, but it just comes from studying and see. I just don't write. I study sounds and vibrations and you know.
So you're actually into like the like
whole
science of like the music.
I'm into the science of music and the art.
I got you.
Yeah.
What's an ideal writing session for you?
Elevated, extremely elevated. I like the dark with some like moonlight. Temperature has to be like medium, and mostly it depends. Sometimes I like playing my Bluetooth speaker. Sometimes I like my headphones. Depends on what mood I'm in. And what I do is just listen to the beat a lot first. Just listen to the beat a lot and become a part of the beat.
I got you.
You know, and you know, sometimes you hear a song and you might write something right off the bat, but I'll erase it because I don't feel like I spend enough time with the beat. So it's just mellow.
When did you start like taking the music stuff seriously?
When I was 10 years old.
So you were taking it seriously when you were young. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, I stopped. I mean, I've had points where I've stopped and started, like, because I did, when I was 10, I knew I wanted to do music, but I was really good at martial arts, so I wanted to do that, you know, so I have points just from discouragement from outside sources. I have points where I stopped, but it's always been some part of me, because I've written short stories. Like the short time I did go to college, my major was English with a creative writing concentration. So I was always writing somehow.
I got you.
You know.
What'd your family think of your music? Or like your peers around you?
People always said that I needed to write for people. Like I've always been a songwriter before anything. My mom thought it was cool until I started rapping for some reason, even though she suggested it. But when I started formulating, like for some people, they be like, oh, it's too dark. Some of my family be like, oh, it's too dark. You don't need to do that, you know. But in general, I have like pretty good support.
That's good.
Yeah.
How did you see your fans? When did you start like seeing them start coming together more?
I started seeing the most fans probably back in 2012, 2013 when my name used to be Saying Pharaoh. Then at one point it was Young Pharaoh, but
I was actually gonna bring that up at one point. I was like,
yeah.
what got you the name change from Young Pharaoh?
Yeah, it was Young Pharaoh. It was Young Pharaoh. Then I changed it to Saying Pharaoh. But I started seeing my SoundCloud plays go up. This was like 4, 5, 6 years ago. I have songs 8,000, 9,000. I started seeing people, like it would be random people from different cities, like starting beef with me. Like they'll make a 20-minute video, you know, about my songs and shit.
You gotta drop a diss track on?
Yeah, and I killed them. I did it. Yeah, I killed them. Yeah.
What's your favorite song that you've written?
Oh, my favorite song. Damn, you talking from like years or from
Any of like your favorite song where if you had to show somebody one song by you, like,
if somebody said, "Hey, let me hear a song by you," I probably would let them listen to No Shortcuts. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, it's a song that I just made a video for it last week. It's not online anywhere, but I probably would play that. No Shortcuts.
When's the video gonna come out?
Probably by Monday.
I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
it.
it's gonna be good.
So what else you got going on in the works right now?
My album is coming out in a month, hopefully. Actually, I'm working on 3 albums, honestly, because I got this album, I got an album, we got an album coming out. Like, it's totally different. Like, it's like emo, rock.
So you switching up the genre and stuff?
Yeah, I'm definitely not just a trapper.
Cause
I can actually rock and roll and sing and all that type of stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of volumes to me. J.B.O is just being an engineer and an artist, especially on the artist side. I have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? So
when did you first start making music?
whew. Let's see, I'm 20.
you don't lie, you know you're 40.
Nah, girl, stop. Don't give it up years. I'll be 29 this year. I started. It had been in middle school, like when I was in 8th grade. I don't know how old I was then, but that's when I first started. But believe it or not, I have nothing to talk about rap-wise then. It wasn't until I started making beats for people and recording them in the studio and building a relationship with all these different type of people. Of course, it's good people, bad people, folks from different type of parts of the world, you know what I'm saying? And after you build a relationship with them, they tell you some of their hard times, their good times, and some of that stuff just stuck to me, you know, like a human diary, where I was able to formulate stories from those, and then I had content for my music.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas I didn't have to be that guy who'd be like, oh yeah, I was riding in the Cutlass with 4 of my boys and we strapped over to it. Nah, you know, I ain't got to do that because it ain't my life, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I can still give people stories from different people. If they went through it, they don't make them that special in the world like ain't nobody else in the world ain't went through this. And I put these stories together where it can be related to the masses pretty much.
I got you.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you said you first made one song for you. She gave you one chance. What was the song?
You liked the video. It's a video called Another Episode.
Okay.
That's the song that we met on.
Yeah.
So you're like, I cannot mess this one
I
up.
cannot mess this up at all. Like, no chance at all.
Did you ever go through any drafts of it?
I think
You gave me
No, not then. I think that was they got done there. Like
you sent me. I remember you sent me the final version to that song, and at first I wasn't sure because it was like my first time singing like confidently going in, and I listened to it again. I was like, yeah, this is dope. My sound has totally changed from my previous engineer, and people pointed out, they'd be like, you sound real different or more harmonized, and you know. Yeah.
What was the last live event you all did?
What event we did together? That might have been the last one. I'm not sure, because lately I haven't been performing as much as usual, just trying to find the perfect my genre.
I got you.
Yeah. So I used to perform a whole bunch just anywhere I could, but I don't think sometimes it's appreciated, so, you know.
Yeah, I've been in a lot of different venues. You can tell, like, what crowds need to go, like, which ones, the type of stuff. Memphis doesn't have that much of a diverse scene yet, so, like, having it separated. Yeah.
And some people, you know, you got alternative artists, but a lot of those people mimic a lot of other alternative artists, like Lil Peep, or I see a lot of people that try to look like him, dress like him, and do the similar music. Yeah. But just trying to find people who are real diverse in what they do, like what you're doing is something real different and innovative, you know.
Make something special.
Yeah.
And that way, if you see somebody else doing it, like, you're like, hey, that was mine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's cool being an individual, an original. But I know a lot of people, you know, they clone, so.
Yeah, I'm inspired by a lot of different genres myself. Like, Linkin Park is like my favorite rock group. Like, I'm inspired by every piece of that group, even the instrumentalists, like even the MC. You know what I'm saying? Like that music is so awesome to me because it gives you a bit of everything. Whether you want to hear a little bit of EDM, some rock, or somebody rapping. You know what I'm saying? They had all three, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fueled by that. You know what I'm saying? Like just being creative and different, regardless of the odds of you being different in the whole pool of folks that's focused on one type of style or tradition. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't frighten me at all.
You swam into the current, pretty much.
Yeah,
I got
pretty much. Like I would go against the grain. I don't care. Like I will make you like something.
My bad. I forgot what I was about to say. Well, how'd you first start getting your music out there to everybody?
MySpace. MySpace. I learned how to make beats, and I think my first inspiration for making beats was Soulja Boy. That's how I found out about FL Studio, was from his career, because I knew about his music before he got major and shit. So I started. What was the question?
How'd you first start getting your music out there?
MySpace. So I just made my little beats, I would rap on them and upload on MySpace. It was doing pretty good. And then, like I used to design MySpace backgrounds and shit. So doing that, and people know when I do music, I got a little crowd from that. Then I started doing Facebook and shit like that. Facebook, SoundCloud, Reverb Nation, you know, just stuff like that.
What's your hottest platforms right now?
YouTube, SoundCloud, Instagram, and Facebook. Honestly,
everywhere.
Yeah. I'm not in the millions of views or 100,000, but I got a lot of interaction though.
I got you. Hey, that's what's important. Or the more people seeing your stuff. I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So what'd you bring with you?
Oh yeah, I wasn't sure what size you were. I grabbed the large.
That's actually perfect.
Cool.
Thank you.
This is a Trap Senpai. This is an album of mine that dropped last year. Yeah, about a year and a half ago. But the design on it was done by me and stuff.
Yo, thank you. That's awesome. Yeah.
And this is my last CD. This is Revenge 777 Last of the Uchiha. This is a CD I dropped. The artwork is similar to that on there.
I got you.
That's me though.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's me. Yes. So this is the last one.
Check it out.
It's dope. Got a lot of videos. I got a lot of music videos online, so you can find them.
Who do you usually record with?
As far as videos, usually I record with C.O. Golden, Undeniable Media. This last video I did somebody different. What's his name? JR. JR Films. I think Just
Yeah.
I'm trying something new, just going for a different look and shit. So they're really good though.
When did your style start to take place?
When I was, the thing is, I've always been the person I am today when I was like 12, 13. But the thing is, having relatives around you saying that you don't need to do that, this is not traditional, what you should be doing, or you're you know, as a female, you should be dressing like this or dressing like that. So I feel like it's always got pushed back. And I feel like recently, within the past 3 or 4 years, since I've cut out certain distractions and negative influences in my life, that I've been able to evolve more into who I've always been. So it's just, it comes from a lot of stuff, like
what's your next step into evolving to the next step of you?
That's what I'm working on now.
Okay.
Because I got my sound where I want it to be, but I want to, I don't know, I can't tell anybody yet.
I got you. Keep it in the raps right now.
Yeah, I'm working on that because every time a new album drops, a new song, sometimes it's me ascending into a higher being, and that takes time. So
I like that.
Yeah.
What are you doing when you're not making music?
I like dogs, so I be with my dogs and shit.
What type of dogs you got?
Pit bulls, but over the past year I've rescued over like 40 dogs.
Hey.
Yeah. So.
Well, you caring for all of them?
Yeah, at one point I usually give them away to people or whatever, but like I'll see something listed or I'll see something on the side of the road, type of, you know, take care of them for a while. But if I'm not doing that, I'm not playing the game. I like to read. I like to read a lot. I like to read books about war tactics.
I got you. Like old dictators and stuff like that?
No, but like
generals?
Like the art of war.
Oh, okay, I got you. My bad.
Yeah. That's good too to get into, but I just like to always keep myself knowledgeable. Yeah.
What type of games do you like to play?
Jump Force.
Jump for that kid.
No! The last time we played Jump Force, I beat you 10 times in a row. You won once.
Dang.
That's literally what happened.
Once came after I looked at the button manual.
And the reason why you won was because I switched characters.
Oh, well.
I like fighting games. Like I said, I did martial arts, so I'm into UFC games. I used to like racing and skateboarding games. I used to skate too.
I just don't like the racing games until they start making one player at home.
Yeah, it's not really. But really, mostly fighting games. I like.
What type of martial arts did you do?
I did Taekwondo, Judo, and Aikido.
Hey.
Yeah, I did it. I started when I was like 9. I got my black belt when I was 12. I have 2 black belts.
Hey. Wait, which 2 you have black belt in?
Judo and Taekwondo.
And that takes 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, about 2 or 3 years.
Are you trying to continue with that at all?
I just started looking into places where I can at least do some type of kickboxing, fighting. I want to get into jiu-jitsu. So currently, it's funny you mentioned that. I'm becoming motivated again to start fighting because that was something I did, in my childhood. Yeah.
I used to do I did karate back when I was younger.
Yeah.
I got a black belt in that, but I enjoyed doing that stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get back into it, but it's just taking that first step to get back into it.
It's hard, but once you actually get back into it, you're gonna be glad you did. Though. But it's a dope hobby to have. Though.
Did you ever play any sports?
Not like in school or anything. The thing I was doing was karate. I did ballet. I started doing ballet when I was 2, and I think I stopped when I was 12. But I did a lot of recitals and stuff like the Nutcracker. I didn't do a lot of sports. I did sports with my friends, playing basketball for fun and stuff like that. But I skated. I like to skate.
Dude, I remember my band skate teacher started scaring me, the way you gotta blow, don't puff out your cheeks. Yeah, they were telling me the scary stories about that. I was like, alright, I'm sorry.
Man, you probably could find a YouTube video of me with them bad boys out playing loud. I did not care.
So, have y'all always lived in Memphis?
I'm from Houston, Texas. Yeah, I'm from Houston. I stayed there for about 14 years, then moved to Mississippi for about 4 years, and then I've been in Atlanta. I was in the military, so I've been in Oklahoma.
What branch?
Army. Yeah.
How long were you in there?
About 3 years. It was cool. I like it.
What got you to do it?
Because I liked weapons, because I wanted to travel, and because I wanted to be disciplined, be real disciplined. I've always been disciplined, but I wanted to. It seemed appealing to me. You know, when most people see the drill sergeants, you know, you see commercials and stuff like that, and you see people having to do this, and usually people are like, I can't do that. I look at that like as a challenge. Like, that's something I would want to be a part of.
I got you.
So just wanted to have a life change, and it did make me a better person. I've always been, you know, precocious and disciplined, but kind of wild and over emotional as far as like getting angry about certain shit. So, but the military will cut that.
So, did you enjoy your time there?
Yeah.
So, what got the move from Houston to Mississippi?
My dad ended up doing some prison time for 2 years. We were supposed to only stay in Houston we were supposed to stay in Mississippi for only 3 months and come back because we thought he had a 3-month term, but he ended up having some more years. A couple years added on to that, so we ended up staying, and I did not want to be there. I wanted to be there for a short period of time, and I loved my grandparents. You know, that was the first time in my life I got to spend with them. I'm glad I did because my grandmother, she died a year later, so it was a reason why that move was made. Everything for a reason, you know, because I wouldn't have had much time with her. Yeah, but that's pretty much what got the move. I like Mississippi though. I stayed in Columbus, Tupelo, Amory. It's cool. I like the country. It's cool.
Do you have any funny stories since you started making music? Like any interactions with like some fans or something?
Yes. This one, oh my God, I got so many stories.
I remember one.
What story?
Man, we just finished performing. This time, I don't even think I'm performing with you, like as an artist. I was just up there showing support. But this lady, apparently was just in love with you. And she wasn't that good on the eyes either. She's like, sign my boob. And I was like, what?
Did you complete the request though?
Yeah, I did. Because I'm a
nice
person.
I just walked away.
Because I'm a nice person and she was a fan. I feel like, you know, as long as you respect me, you know, I'm in the track. I'm going, you know, I'm like that. I've had, like...
That autograph probably still there.
It probably feels. I've had another girl, she got, like, I got this senpai, that means master, I call myself that. I know a lot of people want to call themselves kings, queens, gods, goddesses, but I always tell people, like, you have a different... Everybody has different roles, so I adapted to senpai, and that's what I called myself, and she was so in love with me, she got the same tattoo and shit, and a whole bunch of bullshit happened. I have... crazy fan interactions. You know, I meet people in public and they'll inbox me, but I saw you, but I was scared to say anything type of shit, like all the time. That just happened yesterday. But I have some devoted fans though.
There you go.
Yeah, I have fans that have given me money, sent me money. Just yesterday, a dude, I'm pumping my gas and shit, and I noticed that more got added on to it, and somebody paid for my gas. And he inboxed me later on. He was telling me that he supported my music, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I got some good. I've had some crazies though. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah.
Do you welcome the crazy fans though?
It depends on which level of crazy
I agree with that
you
one.
on. Because if you know, I've had some weird shit happen.
What's your next move? Are you planning on like staying in the city of Memphis, or are you trying to get out?
I'm trying to get out because there's so much I want to see. I want to travel. I have kids, so I just want them to see a lot of things and let them know that forget the barriers when it comes to your skin color, when it comes to your gender. There are no barriers. You know, a lot of people hold themselves back because they feel like society said I can't do this because of my race, my gender. Just let them see a whole bunch of stuff. But I've always wanted to I want to go to Japan first.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So who are some people from Memphis you would like look to collab with in the future? If you would like to, with anybody?
You talking about like Major
or anybody? Well, we'll not label
Hanya Chaos.
I love Hanya. That's my man.
Hanya. Sumo Trey, because I like his style. We're supposed to have been done Trey. Nameless. Definitely.
We'll spread it out like this. How about not just Memphis? Anybody?
Oh, see, that's more interesting. Ski Master, Slump Guy,
Off top.
Juice WRLD,
Off top.
Trippie Redd. I like to see Trippie Redd. I'll go back and get some old people like Jadakiss. Nah, it'll be dope too, because I have different genres I do, but.
So you can pretty much go with a good amount of people that's out there.
Yeah, from different genres.
So what got the first color to the dreads?
The first color was blonde, because I used to have a long fro. Before I twisted my hair, I had a long fro, and it was already blonde. So the first color was blonde, then I dyed them green. And then, like, I noticed it's a lot of rappers that got, like, real light hair or one color. I want more than one color, so I just started adding colors, and it's, like, different colors. But my hair was blonde for Superman, like, to me, Super Saiyan. So.
I got you.
Yeah.
What about you? You got the colors going on?
This just came. It started blonde, and then the eye ring came, and then I was like, okay, I gotta get some more colors. She's just turning up over here, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, red. But I didn't want to do all that because I don't want my hair to be falling.
Looking like
stuff.
Wendy.
Like, I'm be looking like Lil Wayne right now. With
One
one dread. Straight.
So we'll switch to the question. How was like your schooling whenever you first came up? Did you enjoy going to school?
When I was 5, I was reading at a second grade level, so my first few years of school was like I would take 2 classes I was taking at a higher level. I liked it, but it seemed slow paced. My mom's always tried different schools with me, and I've been homeschooled, which I kind of like the most, where I can learn at my own pace, because I like to learn a lot of stuff, and I felt like I was being held back. But school was, it was cool. I graduated when I was 16, though.
Oh, you graduated early?
Yeah, I went to Mississippi University for Women. It's not just a women's college, but I went there.
They were doing like English, Old English there?
Yeah, I was doing English with the creative writing concentration.
Yeah, my bad.
When I first went, though, my major was pre-med, though.
Pre-med?
Yeah, because I've always been real into biology. So, like disorders, diseases. And I changed it. I started doing, my major was English with the creative writing concentration. My minor was psychology.
I got you. So you like learning a lot.
Yeah, I like learning a lot, but I like music. I mean, even with music is learning, but it's just like I'm more of an artist. But I'm technical too, but I'm more of an artist though.
Do you like to watch like TV shows at all?
Yeah, it depends. Like I watch a lot of anime, but
So what do you like to watch?
The Big Bang Theory, How I Met Your Mother, Vampire Diaries. In most of any anime show, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, Tokyo Ghoul.
I almost copped a pair of Tokyo Ghoul earrings yesterday. Actually,
really?
Yeah, they were $12 though. And I was like,
where at?
Mall at the Hot Topic.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite place to
I was
go.
thinking about getting him tatted on you, but I was had to actually, do you have them on you?
No, I was.
Great.
I sure
Great.
was gonna get
Great,
them
because I'm
tatted.
not going there.
Where you gonna get it?
Kaneki.
Where?
You gonna get it?
I'm thinking about it, 'cause I'm gonna have like, I'm getting some work done by her artist. And one side gonna be like all the heroes, so it's gonna be like their villains or they rivals.
That'd be cool.
And on my back, I'm gonna have these dope wings. One gonna be like a light wing, and another one be like a dark wing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's gonna be a whole thing coming together. But I had to make sure she ain't got, because if it's a character, she might have the character already, and I don't want to get nothing she got
I
already.
got a lot of shit.
What was your very first tattoo?
My son's name, Gabriel. His name, my first tattoo. I always knew that I wanted to be real inked up, but at first I started off with that. I had half sleeves. I wanted my neck and my face, but I felt like the people that was around me at the time would discourage and talk down on me and stuff, mostly family. So I held back. But after that, I'm like, no, I want to look how I want to look. So I've always, when I was younger, looked in the magazines and been like, that's cool. I used to have tunnels, but my ear split. This one split. I'm gonna have to probably have surgery, but I used to have tunnels. But
How did it split?
my daughter, she was like 1 or 2 months at the time, and it was already kind of swollen. She had reached up and grabbed it, and I thought my ear was split in half.
You're about to make me feel the pain they try to put in my ears. I'm gonna think about that.
It hurt.
I'll take off my shirt.
When it comes down to
But I was doing so good because this one was doing great. But when I was younger, somebody pierced my ear wrong. And I've always had problems with this ear as a child. Like the earring, like the hole closes up and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get surgery and try again. I definitely want tunnels. I'm going to do it again though.
Are you more of like a beach person or up in the mountains?
Up in the mountains. Yeah,
You like up there?
Yeah, I like up there because you can meditate.
Are you big into meditation?
Yeah, meditation, manifestation, charging your chakras.
Actually, just recently started like reading and like learning about chakras.
Yeah, I'm into that. I apply that to my life because a lot of people speak on it, but they don't actually know how to apply it. But I apply it to my life, and I notice drastic changes when that's applied. So yeah, I'm big into meditation.
So would you tell more people to get into it and like? Because I feel like some people used to have like an old stereotype on it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like more and more people are getting into it now, and it's a healthy thing to do.
Yeah, it's very healthy to do. I think it would help. I think more people should try, especially when it comes to your chakras. It's so much about the brain and just your energy that people don't even know about. You know.
What's your favorite movie? I'm putting you on the spot right now.
I would say that's hard. My favorite movie.
Top 3.
I can do that. Okay. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. The Godfather Part 2. And Goodfellas.
Goodfellas?
Yeah.
I've not seen that.
That was hard.
What's your top 3?
Not on Pornhub. No.
You gotta think a little longer now.
Yeah. Dang. I don't know. I'm completely a Marvel fan, no matter what it is. So, I don't know. I can just give you some genres. I like in Marvel, period. I like all Marvel movies, and I like any horror movie that's good and not funny. Because like nowadays they just funny to me now. Like, and let's see.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
I spent too much money on horror movies thinking they're gonna be good. And you're just like, watch, they finna have a jump scare right here.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Y'all seen Ma? That movie?
Not shit.
Don't see it, bro.
Don't see it.
It's waste $10. What?
2 minutes on the thing.
Right. So what else? Like, what would you want to tell your fans if they were watching right now?
Expand your mind, create, and progress. Don't stay at one level. And instead of being focused so much on the physical, be focused on the spiritual. I say that. And if you're an artist that is real different, like you're alternative, and you feel like, hey, there's nobody else doing the shit that I'm doing, because there's not a lot of females in the genre. Like you see Lil Peep, Ski Mask, you see all these people are males, so I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that are discouraged from doing it. Just continue to be you and reach your fan base.
You know, you're the first female on the podcast too.
For real?
You are.
That's cool.
You got the honor now.
That's cool. But yeah, I just definitely want to encourage. You don't have to fit this standard. You can do something different, basically.
I got you.
Yeah.
That's actually a very positive message that people need to apply more in their day-to-day lives, because it's not about what everybody else thinks. It's about like what you believe you need to be doing.
Nobody else dictate whether you like or don't like something. How do you feel? What I'm saying? It's simple. How do you feel? Be yourself.
I hate when you ask somebody and they don't even have their own opinion on something.
Yeah, you have to have.
I heard that. You were sure.
It's like, no, you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you got any final thoughts?
Or
anything else you want to say? Get off your chest?
Follow me on SoundCloud. SoundCloud.com/Trap Senpai Uchiha. You just put Pharaoh Uchiha in anywhere, like you pretty much everything is gonna come up. Like I said, I got an album called The Awakening. It's dropping next month. Hopefully I have an album release party. I'm looking forward to being booked outside the city, so I can just appeal to different fan bases and shit. Yeah.
So check out our Instagram for any further updates. One of the best people to come in for any of the interviews. And once again, thank you.
All right.